During his time at Nevada, Austin Byler was one of the top players in the Mountain West as a two-time first-team all-conference selection. Now the former Wolfpack star is using his talents and experience to help the next generation of great athletes. Hi everybody, I'm Jesse Kurtz of the Mountain West Network, where it's my pleasure to head down to Arizona and bring in the former Wolfpack slugger, Austin Byler. My man, how you doing?
Jesse, I'm living great, man. How are you doing? It's good to see you again. You're looking good, man.
Well, we're trying. Trying times right now, but we're trying. I appreciate you jumping on with us. Since you retired from professional baseball, you started an organization called Major League University. And your mission statement says the organization aims to educate and empower athletes through the mental side of the game. As the CEO of this organization, what are you trying to accomplish?
Yeah, man, the whole deal is going back to the playing days, right when I was going through college, going through professional baseball. And I remember just feeling so anxious, had a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression. And I noticed that a lot of my teammates at both levels, college and pro levels, were experiencing the same thing.
The thoughts I was telling myself were so negative on a consistent basis. And what happens when we believe the same thoughts? They turn to beliefs. And when they turn to beliefs, it becomes who you are.
And so for me, I made it my mission once I got out of professional baseball that I'm going to do something to help these athletes. And so we founded Major League University, where we're inspiring and developing the next generation of athletes and leaders in this society. And so something that we're doing, man, we work with a bunch of programs as far as college programs, travel baseball organizations, different high schools across the world, and doing a lot of motivational speaking as well, and just working with athletes all over the place, man. It's been really good.
When you work with a specific program or a specific team, how many days do you spend with them? What's your message, and what are some of the goals you're trying to accomplish with this?
Yeah, man, I love pumping people up. That's like my favorite thing to do. I love pumping people up and giving people some inspiration. So that's first and foremost. If you don't get anything else out of it, I hope that you're inspired.
We've got to have our rock. We've got to have something that drives us, our true meaning and our true purpose.
Inspired to continue to chase your dream, whether that's on the field dreams or off the field dreams. I think there's a good correlation between both, and the work ethic of a student athlete is definitely second to none. It's crazy the pressures that athletes are going through, but when we get in there, a lot of it's leadership based, mindset skills, different tools for your life. I really am a big believer in if you own your morning, you own your life. So we work on some tools off the field that are going to help correlate on the field for success and overall enhanced fulfillment, happiness, love, peace, man, just really firing people up. So we get in there and it's fun, man. I love doing these workshops.
Well, it's the right time. Obviously, we're in a very strange time for everybody, but that includes athletes. And coincidentally, this is Mental Health Awareness Month. And you, as a motivational speaker, you're also a high school coach. What advice do you have for these athletes right now? What sort of feelings should they have? What sort of feelings are okay to have right now?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is being able to recognize that it's okay to feel a little pissed off. It's okay to feel a little anxious or a little sad that your season may not be happening. It's okay to feel some of these emotions, because in order to get through the emotions, we've got to feel them and experience them. If we try and tuck them away, it's just going to continue to build up over a long period of time. And then it boils over to that one instance where something goes wrong, kind of flips a switch, and then we lose it.
Maybe you're experiencing this right now. Maybe you're experiencing this bottled up fear, this bottled up anxiety, this worry, this shame or guilt of something in your life. Maybe. I know I did. And it took this stronghold on my life.
So the first thing is, hey, it's okay to experience some of these emotions that we're going through. It's natural. It's real. We're all human. We're going to experience that. Our brains are freaking 2 million years old. We're going to have those emotions, and it's part of who we are. But then understanding that if your dream, if your vision, if the purpose that you have for your life and your career is that powerful and it means that much to you, you're going to do anything you can to get through a time like this. And I think the biggest thing is going through tough times really shows how tough people are and how they can get through these times with adversity. And when you face adversity, you've got to understand that you've got to go through some failures. You've got to go through some setbacks, some unfortunate circumstances to get to that next level in your career and in your life. I think this is teaching people a lot about, one, how much do you really love the game that you get to play? Two, what do you really want to do with your life? So just sticking and finding something that you can commit to during this time to help better your overall life is going to enhance not only your performance on the field, but off the field.
Well, let's talk about some of those things. What can athletes be doing? You work specifically with baseball, but let's talk everything. What can athletes and what should they be doing to keep sharp both physically and mentally during this time?
Yeah, great question, Jesse. I think physically, we got that mind-body connection, right? So if we can connect our mind and body through physical activity and then mental preparation, we're going to be pretty solid when we get back on the field or on the course or whatever sport we get to play. So physically, I think just finding ways to exercise. If you got to run, go run, do some sprints, do some jogging, go on a walk, 20-minute walk a day. Like that is huge. Just getting outside, getting the body moving. Yoga, something that you can get that body moving, connect your breath to your body. I think that's huge. And then mentally, on the mindset wise, there's a lot of things. I'm going to get into a few. One, cold shower. If you have the ability to take a cold shower in the morning, that is massive. 30 seconds. It takes 30 seconds, shifts our mindset, helps speed up the metabolism, helps clear that fog in our mind. Boom. And it's also the hardest thing you're going to do all day, because I'll tell you what, there's nothing tougher than standing there facing cold water, especially when you live in like Denver or Reno and it's freezing outside. You're like, man, I don't want to get in the shower. No way, coach. Come on. So that's one thing. Two, positive podcasts, books, or audibles. Finding ways to just get creative. 10 minutes a day, read a book. Read the Bible if that's what you're into, if you're part of your faith. Like get connected with your faith. Find something like that that's positive, that serves you every day. Gratitude journal. 3 to 5 things you're grateful for. It's really easy to focus on all the negatives in our life right now and all the things that aren't happening. My tournament got banged. I don't have graduation. I'm not with my coaches and my teammates. We had a huge year planned out, and in baseball wise, like we were just getting started. So it's definitely a different time, but it's really important to focus on what we do have rather than what we don't have. And as athletes, when we fail a lot, especially in baseball, softball, it's tough to jump back into that mindset. So practicing gratitude daily, huge. And then meditation and visualization.
Picture yourself taking your best swing.
If we can calm our minds, calm our bodies, we're going to be more connected to ourselves. If we're more connected to ourselves, we're going to be the best version for the people around us. So it's almost selfishly unselfish to work on yourself. So 3 to 5 minutes a day. Even start with 60 seconds of just closing your eyes, sitting up tall, taking deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, focusing on your breath, seeing gratitude, mental highlight reel, whatever works for you. We can talk about it off camera. Like we can help you with that. Finding things that you can do every day to commit to is massive, man. It's huge.
There will be a time where sports resume. We're going to get a chance to get back on the field. What advice do you have for athletes and coaches? Because there's going to be that want to get out and go 90 miles an hour right away. What advice do you have for both athletes and coaches the moment they can get back out on the field and getting back to where they were a few months ago when things were shut down?
Yeah, I think understanding that there's going to be a little bit of a lull process in this where, hey, we've got to understand that we just had 3 to 4 months off, technically. And one thing it's going to do is really it's going to expose those who don't really want it or maybe didn't do what they were supposed to do when no one was watching. You always hear those terms like, who are you when nobody's watching? Well, guess what? Now we're finding out, because this is an extended period of time that we don't have time with our coaches, with our strength trainers, with our mental skills coaches, whoever may be in your corner. We don't have that time with all of them. So it's going to really show off, like, what did you do in this downtime to prepare yourself for competition when you get back out there? So I think there's going to be this big separation gap. I call it like separation season, because you can literally separate yourself from the competition at the high school or college level to get to where you want to go. But my advice, man, is continue to chase your dreams and don't get caught up in the results. We get caught up in the results way too easily. As a coach, as an athlete, been in both shoes, the results are what we want. We obviously want good results, but we get caught up in them. Let's focus on our processes, focus on finding joy in the progress that we make every single day, getting to where our dream and our vision is. And I think if we can do that and hold ourselves accountable and our teams accountable to that, we're going to be better off in the long run, man, and we're going to have a bright future.
That's great stuff. If you want to take a look at all the great things that Austin Byler is doing, make sure you go on Twitter. Check him out at Major League University. It's at Major University. Austin, I've always appreciated your insight. You're a great player, and you're a better mentor. Thanks for all you're doing right now for athletes across the globe.
Jesse, I appreciate it as always, man. Thanks for having me on, brother.
You bet. That's Austin Byler, former Nevada Wolfpack slugger. This conversation has been brought to you by Mountain America Credit Union, the official credit union of the Mountain West. From the Mountain West Network Studio, I'm Jesse Kurtz.